Hi there. Today we are going to discuss about 6 ways you might be increasing your cognitive overload in day-to-day life. There are various misconceptions based around this concept. People think cognitive overload occurs from processing various types of emotions, but in reality, our mind and our body is made to comprehend all these emotions. Point 1. You pay too much attention to other people's emotions. When your attention span is diverted towards actions of other people, it doubles your efforts by processing their emotions and yours. Know this: knowing the emotions of other people and processing the emotions of other people is two different things. In processing emotions, you think their emotions as your own and you understand them, you feel them as if you let it pass through your body and your mind. Perceive and sense the emotions of the other person, which is a much smarter social option. This is one of the major reasons why highly sensitive persons are often under cognitive load. Number 2. Observing too much. Most people think that observation is a non-cognitive task. However, the underlying causes as to how much it can affect your mind is often went unnoticed. Observation is a great habit in human genesis is an evidence of consciousness and awareness. However, observing is a sensory task. It's a slow process of communication, consumptions, and action. So, when a person is constantly observing, it increases their cognitive activity and puts one's mind in survival mode, inducing stress and cortisol. When there's no action taken in one's thoughts, it often leads to stress. So, people might have many thoughts without their consumption and application, without any usage and its application in practical. Number 3. This might be a good one. Running parallel with intuition. Now, you might be wondering how one can run parallel with intuition, let alone know what intuition is. Intuition has a practical standpoint. It explains how one's knowledge, ideas, and thoughts work together in practical environment. Meaning, intuition is how you apply your mind, which is of course with thoughts, ideas, and knowledge into attaining your goal. Now, with that aside, let's get with the point. According to various studies, people normally don't go against their intuition, but parallel with it. Let's understand this with an example. Imagine there are two lines. First is your intuition, and second is your line of actions. Now, at some point, intuition and action must align for a brain to function in a well state, in a well natural, organized state. For example, you're preparing for a test, you've done all your research, now it's time to write. Right there, in that moment, your intuition and actions must align to work together. Because if your intuition and actions are not aligned together, the brain needs more efforts to work. The brain needs to focus on things that your intuition might naturally do. Number 4, you draw too much lines. This might be significant in terms of brain psychology. Cognitive overload increases where, in certain scenarios, you only see the differences, not the similarity. Our mind generally takes effort to separate two things instead of adding two things together. For this, let's take an example. Let's take an addition. Let's add 5 plus x. It feels amazing, isn't it? It feels rewarding. It feels like we are making progress. So, creating differences, that is subtracting, is also a process, and addition, that is combining things, is also a process. However, What makes the cognition overload is not integrating it, but rather than just differentiating. Number 5. You spend too much time alone. Everything is more boring and stressful when you are doing it alone. Let's admit it. However, socializing, being, and being alone makes a task 10 times harder. Not because you can't do it alone, but because there is no one around to cheer you, help you, and tell you and give you advices if it's right or wrong. In simple words, connecting helps mind reduce stress and anxiety, and it makes the mind less cognitive stressed and overloaded by sharing its ideas and getting opinions and innovating from it. Number 6, you want to win all the time. Winning is fun, isn't it? But not every winning is justified to the winner as well as the loser. Now, you might be wondering how winning is not justified to the winner. It's because winning feeds your ego, whether it's for the self or for the society. Winner induces so much stress and hard work to win. We glorize winning in every situation. However, we should also see that our health and mental health is also taken care of. Stigma of winning makes you go through so much stress rather than just aligning and experiencing the present. Here were 6 reasons on how you might be increasing your cognitive overload. These points were here to make you aware of your thoughts and your actions that might lead to your cognitive overload. And I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe the channel if you are new here. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Take care.